Hey, Commanders fans, get ready because today we have exclusive news about our team and you can't miss a single detail. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel, activate the bell to receive everything firsthand, and of course, leave a like to strengthen our fan base and show that we only have true fans here. Our commitment is to always bring you the latest updates, news, and everything that happens behind the scenes of Commanders. So, without further ado, let's check out today's news.
Dan Quinn and Cliff Kingsbury met to discuss the future direction of the Washington Commanders offense. Jayden Daniels' development was also a central theme. Despite their previously strong bond, a significant difference of opinion could not be resolved. And it didn't take a genius to guess what would happen next in this scenario. The Commanders and Kingsbury went their separate ways. Quinn also fired defensive coordinator Joe Witt Jr. and offensive line coach Bobby Johnson. This was a surprising turn of events, only increasing the pressure on the head coach, who begins his crucial third season in charge of the team. In the days leading up to the confirmation of Kingsbury's departure from Washington, rumors were already circulating. Speculation about a behind-the-scenes disagreement with general manager Adam Peters caused great commotion among fans. This makes getting the next signing right even more imperative. Quinn's situation is already becoming increasingly delicate. This drastic change proves it. If he makes the wrong choices and Commanders have difficulty implementing the necessary improvements, he will be the one to receive the dismissal orders next time. With that in mind, here are 5 possible candidates to replace Kingsbury that Commanders could consider. Replacements for Cliff Kingsbury that Commanders should consider after bombshell dismissals. Commanders could hire Tommy Reese. The Washington Commanders could identify a young offensive talent with modern concepts to replace Cliff Kingsbury. According to multiple sources, Coach Dan Quinn is seeking a more run-heavy scheme to minimize risks for quarterback Jayden Daniels after an injury-plagued 2025 season. That could put Tommy Reese on the short list. Reese is an up-and-coming offensive coordinator who has been gaining a strong reputation in league circles. He is currently the offensive coordinator of the Cleveland Browns, but his future is uncertain after the firing of Kevin Stefanski, twice named Coach of the Year. While the Browns could consider promoting Reese, it could happen too soon. If a new head coach brings in his own team, he will become available on the market. In that scenario, the Commanders would do well to at least interview him. Although Reese is just 33 years old, he has a brilliant CV. He worked his way up through prestigious college programs, including Notre Dame and a stint as Alabama's offensive coordinator, before getting an opportunity in Cleveland. He's on the rise, has a progressive outlook, and knows how to develop quarterbacks the right way. This makes him an interesting candidate worth considering. The Commanders could hire Daryl Beville. Dan Quinn has strong connections in the NFL. He is widely respected as an exceptional leader and an excellent relationship builder. It would be surprising if the head coach didn't take that into account in the search for his next offensive coordinator. While some fans believe that hiring an outside professional without ties to Quinn could bring fresh ideas and renewed energy, he may opt for familiarity as his job prospects seem to be at risk. If this scenario materializes, Daryl Beville will enter the race. Beville has already worked with Washington's star player. He was the offensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks when Quinn was in charge of the defense, so there is a prior connection. He has a lot of experience and uses a professional offensive system, which is reportedly what the Commanders want to help Jayden Daniels reach a new level of performance. He is among the most experienced candidates, having served as offensive coordinator for 4 different teams in the league. Beville has spent the last 4 years working with the Miami Dolphins under Mike McDaniel. Even so, he would probably love the chance to team up with Quinn again in Washington, should the opportunity arise. The Commanders could hire Mike Lafleur. This would be one of the least likely candidates on this list. Even so, that shouldn't stop Dan Quinn from doing his best to find the ideal replacement for Cliff Kingsbury. The Los Angeles Rams are among the favorites for the Super Bowl this season.
Mike Lafleur is the offensive coordinator, but he's not the one who calls the plays. That task falls to head coach Sean McVay, the former Washington coach who was Jay Gruden's right-hand man before receiving a well-deserved promotion to another team. In this scenario, Lafleur would implement a McVay-style offense, which is exactly what the Commanders need. It's a system that comes from the legendary Mike Shanahan school and has stood the test of time. Whether the Rams would allow a lateral change is debatable. Still, the promise of having complete control of the offense and working alongside Jayden Daniels might be a hard proposition to refuse. He also worked with Quinn as an offensive assistant with the Atlanta Falcons. Lafleur spent 4 years under Kyle Shanahan, in addition to his experience alongside McVay. While his stint as offensive coordinator with the New York Jets wasn't exactly the most promising franchise to make a name for himself, McVay could easily block the approach, but that shouldn't stop the coaches from trying. The Commanders could hire Grant Udinski. As mentioned earlier, the Washington Commanders could bet on a young coach who has a good connection with the current players. This may not be the typical approach of Coach Dan Quinn, but the era of half measures is over. It's ambitious, but it remains to be seen if the Commanders could attract Grant Udinski from the Jacksonville Jaguars after the end of the playoff campaign. Like Mike Lafleur, he is an offensive coordinator who doesn't call the plays. He also worked with another disciple of Mike Shanahan, Minnesota Vikings coach Kevin O'Connell, during his time in the NFC North. It is likely that the Jaguars will block any offer from Udinski, who played a key role in helping quarterback Trevor Lawrence finally reach his potential. However, as in the case of Lafleur, the chance to do the same with Jayden Daniels, in addition to leading the entire offense, is an intriguing option. Jacksonville has finally found a more solid direction after years of stagnation. Interrupting this momentum after such a successful season could put everything at risk. The Commanders don't seem too concerned about that, but Jaguars owner Shahid Khan might offer Udinski a substantial salary increase to deter offers from other teams. That seems the most likely outcome, but for the Commanders, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Commanders could target Brian Daboll to lead offensive in 2026. It didn't take long for Brian Daboll's name to start circulating behind the scenes in the NFL, after Cliff Kingsbury and the Washington Commanders mutually agreed to end their contract. Despite his tenure as head coach of the New York Giants not ending on the best terms, Daboll remains highly respected as an offensive mind, especially for his consistent track record in quarterback development. In this cycle, it's unlikely Daboll will receive an immediate new opportunity as head coach. Still, he stands out as one of the most coveted offensive coordinators on the market, and rumors indicate that Washington intends to act quickly to put him at the top of their list early in the interview process. For the Commanders, the potential hiring makes perfect sense. Daboll is an avowed admirer of Jayden Daniels, something that weighs heavily in the franchise's offensive planning. Furthermore, he has already shown in practice that he knows how to maximize the potential of mobile quarterbacks. His most notable work was in Buffalo, where he helped transform Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills into an elite and decisive quarterback in big games. The experience in New York, however, wasn't the ideal combination. Even with a brief period of success, Daboll began the season under intense pressure and couldn't change the team's course. Still, his work with rookie quarterback Jackson Dart was seen internally as promising, showing that his ability to teach and adapt offensive schemes remains intact. With the pressure mounting on Dan Quinn, Daboll may represent exactly what the coaching staff needs: an experienced